Hello, welcome to the third writer's log. I am here, of course, to talk to you about the map of 𝐬𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫'𝐬, which you can clearly see on your screen. The original story mainly takes place on a single continent, and while that doesn't exactly work out for me any longer, everything seems a little too cluttered. There will be some things moved and changed. And this is, of course, not the final map. I mainly just wanted to start working on something different. There's, of course, the top and bottom. I call them the 𝐬𝐭𝐢𝐭𝐢𝐧𝐠. You see them in between both of those two very large continents. Those are perhaps as far as we go in our story. But I decided to add a little bit of extra fine details, different continents to spice things up, but the main reason is simply because everything is too cluttered. There are too many cultures that there's no way they would be that close to each other. So taking from the story and the cultures that already exist, I'm moving things around geographically. And while I am no cartographer, I'm trying my best to imagine where the story would lead and how it's going to evolve based on location. So there's quite a few locations already done, but here on this stream, we ended up talking and pretty much goofing off. So left side of my brain, I suppose, was busy chat. The right side of my brain was busy trying to figure out where everything makes sense. So there's, of course, a whole world to rediscover, and I'm trying my best, but it is a process. So I do appreciate everyone's patience while I get through these bits, but just know that my work days with 𝐬𝐬 are very special to me, and I'm actually getting things done to the point where we are now almost at a point where we can start writing the story. More about that later, but yeah. I currently work with my friend 𝐬𝐬, who is working on her own graphic novel, so it's nice to kind of have a work buddy, someone to talk to about some of these things, all of the different bits, the writing aspect, the art aspect, all of the things. So it's quite nice to have somebody to be able to talk to, aside from just, my typical supporters, which I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, but unless you're doing this exact process with me, it's very hard to, ask for suggestions or help. There are only so many things that you guys can viably give me as solutions, so it's a little rough, but more on what I mean with the writing bit. So currently I have reopened my Patreon. If you would like to support me there, you can of course go to patreon.com, search for 𝐬𝐬𝐿 or /𝐬𝐬𝐿, one word, which is my name, easy peasy, and you can find me there. You can of course just support like normal, or you can support me as a beta reader. So I had beta readers in the past who have, of course, been preparing to read this story for the last maybe 5 or 6 years. Now, I've been working on this story for about 11 now, so it's gone on quite a bit, but those people are now my alpha readers, and my beta readers are a special tier in Patreon. So if you would like to see when I post the final versions or even workings in progress, the only place I will post these will be on Patreon. So if you would like to see them, well, that's the only place you're going to see it. I will not be posting anywhere else except on my website when that is ready. And I cannot start the website until I finish this map. This map is the very first thing that I need in order to work on a page that will be shown publicly. So for the most part, I cannot share too much unless you are, of course, part of those exclusive tiers. But regardless, there's so much to get done, and I do appreciate everyone who has been waiting and been with me through this whole thing. So it's very exciting to be able to share, and we will start writing because this will be both a literary novel and a graphic novel. So the writing bit is coming up very, very soon. As you can tell through these old maps that I'm going through and the things that I'm doing here, I'm trying to space everything out accordingly. So it's a process. This is my process, and hopefully we'll get a little further next time. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about maps in general or about Area.on, please leave them for me. Otherwise, I'm going to be trying to jumpstart this as best as possible and get this out there for people to be able to read and give me feedback on. So again, thank you guys so much for all of your support and your patience. And please remember, this is a one-woman project, so I'll take whatever support I can get. And yeah, just wait for me. Wait for my story. It's coming. It's coming so soon, and we're working so hard on it. So thank you so much, and that's all the time I have for today. I'll see you guys in the next writer's log. Bye-bye.